Alright, here we go. Hey, hello everybody, this is Purge. I'm bringing you guys a gameplay cast of EG versus CLG. We just swapped teams, had some first pick issues, and this is for Star Series. My name is Purge. I'm here with Shiver. Shiver, what is your favorite type of animal?
Um,
Alright,
Crap.
you know it's a cat, and I know it's a cat. Alright,
No,
we
no,
can
it's
just
it's
skip.
not a cat. I have a cat, that's true, but I'm not that crazy cat lady, so it's not gonna be a cat. Maybe it's a horse or
Oh,
tiger.
that's boring. Tiger's okay, but alright, whatever. If anybody's really confused on the VODs, she didn't want me to ask how she was doing twice, because I already introed 5 minutes ago, but then we had to restart, so back into the mix, and now we know that your favorite animal is either a boring horse or a tiger. Either way, the horse has been banned, as well as Chen's weird dog thingy. Borderline almost a tiger, kind of.
Yeah, it
And
is actually. Well, tiger with a
kinda,
horn.
yes.
It says a horn, so don't know.
Does it really? It's like a
Yeah, it
unicorn
does.
dog. Seriously? I've never.
Yeah, but it also has split paws, like it's a boar, but then made more limber than it usually
Wow,
is.
you spent a lot of time analyzing these in-game animals.
Yeah,
I barely looked at them.
I did it yesterday when there was a pause at the start of the game, and I was like, okay, let's see what the boar is or what the animal that Chen's riding is.
I see.
But yeah, if we're talking animals, the panda got banned.
Yes. Well, he's technically a brewmaster now, and
It looks like a bear or a dog.
yeah, it's like a bear, dog, panda, rat, koala,
Yeah.
as I hear on the street. So they're taking a long time banning, actually. Let's talk about their rosters quick. We went over this a little bit while we were sitting pre-game, but if anyone's on VODs, obviously they're going to be confused. Oh yeah, and one other thing before I get into that. If you guys were watching me earlier today, sorry about that. My internet completely died. There's absolutely nothing I could do about it. The ISP informed me that there was an outage in my air, which means somebody rammed a tree or took out a cable or there was a major malfunction, and that hasn't happened in a long time, so sorry about that. But we have Captain America captaining for EG, which is actually Demon, apparently. So Demon is picking for them. B-Diz is standing in. The only person that's missing is Melk, but he's still in the U.S. traveling. So I know he's still on the team. He's still been around in a couple places. That's not the issue, but just so you guys know what the roster is up with.
Okay. And for CLG, that's TPA is a mystery person.
Yeah, we don't know who that is. People are saying it's Smogolig, who was previously on the team, but
People also say it's Loda. But
yeah, it's Loda, it's Dendi, it's
I know,
it's everyone.
yeah.
It's Demon.
That's
It's
why I'll
actually
be
Demon. Totally.
yeah, and then Captain America is someone else.
Yes. It's all
Yes.
just a big confusion circle vortex.
Yep.
I don't know what the best way to describe it is. But we're gonna see first pick Nature's Prophet. The last ban was a Darkseer. We saw an Invoker as well. So who are we missing? We have an Enchant. We have a Pandair. No, I'm sorry, a Bear, the Lone Druid. We have a Windrunner, a Tidehunter possibility. This is the part where you usually say Leshrac, but Leshrac's already banned.
Yeah.
So
That's normally the one that gets
that I always forget about that you cover. You're like, I'm ready for this. I get this question right every day, every time we cast. I'm ready to say Leshrac.
Well, I'm gonna say Sand King.
Sand King?
He's been picked a lot by the first three picks, like all the time in
Really?
the last couple of days.
I
and
was
see
about
the
to
same
say
with
Brood,
Woodman.
and now I don't
Yeah,
look
you
as
sure
smart,
you
but
were.
I was going to. I was like, Brood has been pretty popular. Brood would have been picked up. Well, he did get picked up, and that allows them to solo those hard lanes very, very effectively. And Venomancer will provide their support. Venomous Gale, one of the best single target, well, not single target, but one of the best skills for one skill point that you can get in the entire game. The slow it provides is invaluable, totally. And obviously, Plague Wards are also very good. So
Yeah, but we don't usually see him as in the first three pickups. Or lately,
Yeah.
I haven't at least.
I would agree with that. But I think what EG is trying to do here is predict, get ready for the push that is inevitably going to come from the Nature's Prophet lineup. And Plague Wards do work pretty effectively against Nature's Prophet's Treants. So if you can have 6 wards set up, you can clear the wave in a very short period of time, safely back behind your tower. So I think they're just trying to cover their bases. They're going to say, okay, we'll have a Broodmother that's going to start off our safe lane. They are going to have to play against the Sand King, which is not very good for the Broodmother, but the Venomancer at least can try to slow down those pushes.
I predicted the Sand King. It's been
Very popular.
yeah. I said that the Sand King was going to be picked in the first three pickups,
Mhm.
so it happened. And then Enigma pickup too. It's a good combination with the Epicenter and Black Hole.
Yeah.
And more push from Enigma as well, also.
Yeah, and we see Sand even without the hard counter that people grab him for the Broodmother. It's some teams like to do the Broodmother counter, some teams just grab him because they love the Epicenter. Because if you do get your Blink Dagger up at a reasonable time and you execute that within with a decent execution, then you're talking about a lot of AoE damage. It depends how grouped up they are, of course, but that ability can just win team fights. And obviously, his low cooldown, semi-low cooldown stun is also super effective for stunning multiple targets.
Yeah, if there's a good combination with Blink and Burst Strike, that makes team fights. I believe when there was a fight with Navi where Black was standing in and he was playing the Sand King, he got like 2 or 3 Burst Strikes where he hit multiple people per team fight, and he was owning that game.
It's so important to do that. It makes
yeah.
such a big difference. If you can stun 3 people every 11 seconds for 2 seconds, it's like, oh my gosh. And they just go invisible and stun again and go for that time after time.
Yeah.
And wow, CLG is going to ban out a Faceless Void here. I'm really surprised. I haven't seen a Faceless Void get played or banned in weeks. There was a period of time where teams were experimenting with using him as a hard carry counter against Anti-Mage, but they just kind of kept realizing that Void is easier to gank than Anti-Mage by far. It's harder for him to get his Battle Fury up, and his offensive potentials as well in the early game aren't nearly as good. So there was kind of a time where Faceless Void they just gave up on him and said, screw it, man, Void is just not good enough for what we're trying to do with him here. So, have you seen EG play much? I actually haven't watched EG play in a long time.
I have not seen EG picking up the Faceless Void, but I have seen a team picking him up also in a lineup where there was an Ancient Deprivation, because of course the Chronosphere and the Ancient Deprivation ulti, it's a very great combination, and it's very painful. Actually, the game that was won by the Faceless Void, that game that I saw. So.
Interesting.
But that didn't have anything to do with his carrying potential, because it was a pretty fast game, because it was mostly used for his team fight with the Chronosphere.
And it is a really good skill. It's one of the best ultis in the game for sure.
It's like a black hole, but then only one person can go in and kill some.
Yeah, it's a guaranteed black hole that you can use on your allies as well. That sometimes happens, but
yeah.
So our other bans, we see a Death Prophet or Acropolis, Tide Hunter, as well as a Storm Spirit. A little surprised that we saw the Tide ban, actually, because the Dire team already has an AA and a Veno. They could play the AA as a solo mid, or even the Veno as a solo mid if they wanted to, and sub in that Tide Hunter for the second support. But kind of interesting that they did ban that up. But either way, no team's going to have to deal with the Ravage, and then we see Crystal Main to pick up for CLG.
Yeah, actually pretty smart that they banned out the Tide Hunter, because team-wise, EG doesn't really have a lot. I mean, they have the Age Deprivation, but I mean, CLG has a black hole, they have an epicenter, they have the burst strikes, they have so much teamfight potential. EG basically has nothing. Well, now they have a Vengeful Spirit to be able to swap out the Enigma if he does a black hole, but I don't know. I think they're kind of behind on the teamfight. Sort of.
Yeah, it's kind of a good point. I mean, Veno ulti is pretty good. They could have a ulti for coordination and ganks and stuff. So maybe it'll come down to really, really early ganking coming out of EG, especially with their Venge pickup here. I almost think this is going to be a carry Venge, and which would actually not be a bad idea. If they can get Venge to level 11 really fast, it's a lot easier for them to swap out black holes, or even just swap anybody that's out of position. So we might see something like maybe a Venge, even a tri-lane is possible. It could see like a Venge AA Veno tri-lane. A little unlikely, but it could happen.
Yeah, and yeah. Otherwise, they would have 3 supports. Vengeful Spirit carry. I would like to see that. I haven't seen that in a while. It was a couple of matches that I saw that happening, but then she went back to being support. But they did need the stun that they picked up with the Vengeful Spirit there, so that's a good one. Otherwise, they would only have slows, and of course the cold feet is not really a stun, but now with the Vengeful Spirit, it's definitely a stun. And we see Antimage picked up by CLG.
Yeah, and this puts EG in a really weird spot. CLG currently has a slightly better pushing with the Enigma Eidolons plus the Nature's Prophet Treants, and obviously they can teamfight really well on top of that. Enigma ulti, Sand King ulti, Nature's Prophet ulti doing a lot of AoE damage, and they have the late game. Anti-Mage, one of the best late game carries, and to make things even worse, they have one of the best Anti-Mage players in the world, if not the best non-Chinese one, which is Pycat. Pycat is so good at Anti-Mage, he's amazing at playing it. And EG now has one more pick up, but what are they going to go for? They currently don't have a late game carry. They might do the Venge semi-carry, semi-hard carry. Well, it's not really a hard carry, but it's more of a semi-carry. They're going to go for a Night Stalker, so they're going to go gank like crazy. I haven't seen this strat up in a long time, but We used to see this in the first international, actually, with a lot of ganking with Night Stalker and Ancient Apparition ultis. If they can coordinate it correctly, it was also very popularized on Bulba's old team, who used to be, what were they called, Easy Style then. They did this strat a lot as well with Ancient Apparition, lots of early ganks, and I'm expecting to see probably support Venge, support A, support Veno, and then we'll see a farming AA, a farming Night Stalker, of course, and obviously Broodmother also. So I'm guessing that's what's going to happen. Get up that fast Ice Blast and try to do some early ganks.
Yeah, or maybe an Ancient Apparition in the middle together with Night Stalker. That
Yeah, that's a
could work out
possibility.
too, with still a carry Vengeful Spirit on the side lane with the Venomancer. But for now, it looks like everybody's going towards the bottom lane apart from Broodmother.
Did I forget to... It says I'm not in a broadcaster spot, I think.
I think you are. I'm pretty sure you are.
Apparently I'm not in a broadcaster spot because I just had the... That's weird. Huh. Well, I'm observing, I guess. I actually can't even click drag. Some weird issues going on. That's weird. Yeah, if I look in the camera view, I'm actually not in the list, so... Guess I'm gonna have to deal with it. At least I can still click on people. I just can't do click drags, which is frustrating. Oh well.
Click drags.
And
What are
actually
click drags?
I can't click on the map either. Ugh. This is getting...
There is a. You can put it to following someone and then following to free camera.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got it now. I'm sorry. Oh, I just was on directed or something like that weird, but it wasn't actually directing me. All right.
Okay.
My bad. Okay, let's go over the players quick. For the Radiant team, we have Misery playing the Nature's Prophet. Looks like he's going to be soloing top. We have Aki on the Crystal Maiden. TBA, the Mystery player, is going to be playing Enigma. Could be Batman for all I know. Pycat is playing Anti-Mage. We have Miracle on the Sand King. And did I miss anyone else? Aki on the Crystal Maiden, I think. I think I missed him.
No, you said him already.
Well, twice then.
But it's cool, twice,
Yes.
extra important. In the meantime, we have on the for EG, we have Universe on the Vengeful Spirit. We have Bediz playing the Venomancer as a stand-in. Captain America, who is actually Demon, playing the Night Stalker. With Bilba in the middle on the HD Apparition, and on the top lane we have Fear on his Broodmother. And that's everybody. Don't think I missed anybody, but I'm not sure.
Oh wow, really
There's a
fast
counter
counterwarding.
already.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Nice play by Bdiz here. He's really trying to attack uphill, but keeps missing. God, that was like 6 attacks to kill that one ward. But he does pick it off, and that means that that's actually an extremely important ward kill, guys. That means that if Universe as well as Bdiz decide to roam towards the mid lane to try to shut down this anti-mage, it's not going to be spotted by wards. And also Enigma is not going to be able to see them coming. So look what Universe is starting out. He's immediately going to the high ground here. He's going to start on these Eidolons and get some kills on them. Most likely might throw an attack here. But if you can just shut down these Eidolons right now, throwing one stun on Enigma, as we see a Gale as well, so the damage is being done to him. Looks like Ancient Apparition is going to be fine, as he does eat one tango here, down to about 80 HP, but he is going to end up surviving as they pick off one more Eidolon. B just taking some good hits. Crystal Maiden throwing one attack, but they're just basically going to try to slow down Enigma's farm as much as they can. They just did a ton of damage to him.
Yeah, and that was a bit of a field gank also towards the HD Apparition, as well, Enigma really couldn't really help there. Otherwise, an HD Apparition would have been definitely dead, as Nature's Prophet also came in to help try to get that kill, but weren't able to get it.
When we do see a Gale on TBA, he gets caught again. His Universe is looking for the stun. It throws down 75 damage, and the right click. Enigma, first blood going down by EG, getting that kill. Universe eats one tango, going to run through the trees. And Pycat a blink about 8 seconds as we see the salve from Universe. Here's the Crystal Maiden attack. It is going to deny the salve at least, but she is still regenerating up a little bit from the tango. Pycat is going to blink forward, going to throw in a couple hits, and the mana's all drained from Universe, so might be in a ton of trouble. One Crystal Maiden hit, and he goes down, so they do trade hits. Pycat gets the last hit, which means he gets the gold advantage here, but at least they got the first blood.
They did indeed. It was a... I don't know if it was an okay trade. I mean, Anti-Mage getting the kill for Venomancer getting the first blood. I do think that CLG got the advantage or the better hand of that.
Yeah, it's always nasty to have that anti-mage be the one that picks up the kill there. I'm sure they would have loved to get out of there without getting jumped on, but just was not the case. So we're going to see a little bit of rune control from Crystal Maiden, looking for the rune top. It is gone, though. And top lane magic is happening, apparently trying to kill Miracle, taking a decent amount of damage. Gale as well, and a haste up on Bdiz, so, and the spawn spider lane gets it. So Fear picks up the kill. Bdiz running away, and currently 2-1 in EG's favor.
Yeah, and both kills for EG were made by the Gale from the Venomancer, playing a pretty big role there.
Yeah.
And the rune that you said was missing was actually on Biggs with the haste rune to get the kill on Miracle.
Ah, okay, that's why I
really
did not see it.
the haste rune, yeah.
And Bulba's currently level 4, so 2 levels of Cold Feet. He's got 1 Vortex, and also did pick up 1 stat level, which is a pretty typical way to play a solo, or at least a farming Ancient Apparition in the mid lane, because you want a little bit bigger mana pool, more HP, and all that other good stuff. And the extra levels of Ice Vortex aren't that fabulous anyways.
A little bit extra to last hit. Also, stun going off in the Anti-Mage is also getting cold feeted as Bulba is in a lot of trouble right here. Taking some damage, but will be safe as CLG is being forced back. Might put Crystal Maiden in a little bit of trouble here. Stun is not up on Vengeful Spirit, though. Needed 3 more mana for it. Would have been a kill otherwise.
Yeah, I think you could almost say that was a mistake by Universe there, not popping the Clarity Potion. He was about 10 mana short to stun that Venge or that Crystal Maiden there, and if they would have thrown the stun onto the Ice Vortex, would have taken an extra 10% damage and possibly gone down. I think he maybe should have popped that Clarity Potion. He did pop it afterwards, but a just slight mistake there.
Yeah, they're gonna use it on the Anti-Mage instead, who's gonna be able to blink away, so he'll be fine. Pops a Salve.
And now Vengeful Spirit out of mana once again. I actually like how they picked up the Vengeance Aura as well. Only gives a little bit of damage here, about +5 to Venge herself, but that much could increase their damage enough to try to pick off one hero. If you're doing the Harass and Miracle again, he is going to get Galed actually, so he's going to be slowed. I don't know if they're going to dive on this. Yeah, they're doing the range damage here, but he is under the tower now. Pops Sandstorm, and no chance of him getting killed as Crystal Maiden finds a DD on the bot. Rune spot, and Night Stalker on the bot lane. He's level 5 currently, 22 and 5 last hits. He's got boots and an Urn of Shadow, so he's doing very well.
And I got a request if you want to press the cross in your spectator's window, because you can remove that.
Sorry, I didn't realize that was up.
It's okay.
It's okay. Nobody missed anything anyways.
Nope.
No problem. Just a little square in the top right.
Yeah. It's interrupting the UI. That's it.
Alright, so a little bit of pulling coming from Venomancer now. He's actually going Max Gale first. Interesting choice, but apparently not too concerned about warding, which I don't think is too unreasonable. I mean, Enigma's a little shut down here. Misery's been doing okay on the bot lane, but Demon is currently level 6, and it's 5 minutes. I can't believe he's such a high level here. Has he even gotten a kill? He literally doesn't even have a kill or an assist, and he's already level 6. This is such fast leveling, especially for a hard lane solo. I'm surprised it's gone so well for EG down here.
You mean Damon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he has the most last hits on his team also, and he's just been able to be 2 versus 1 the whole time and getting the extra experience from that. And it doesn't seem like CLG was really aggressive with that, and they just let him farm.
Yeah, we are going to see a Gale and Crystal Maiden mid, but Bulbo is a little out of position there, not able to get the Cold Feet off. It's really mana expensive, it's about 150, so it takes a lot to be able to cast that thing. So he's got to be a little conservative with his mana. He's only got 2 charges left, and he's currently level 4. Hasn't actually leveled up too much since we've kept an eye on him.
Oh, still level 4.
Yep.
It looks like the gank heavy lineup from EG is not really ganking anymore.
Well, it is nighttime now, so we will see Demon start roaming. So, and he does have his Urn up as well. He's going to spot Enigma in the jungle. This looks terrible for an Enigma. Here comes the slow. He might have Fear. Yeah, he does have the Silence, so Silence applied as well. With this kill, he will pick up some Urns and easy kill on Enigma. Might catch it. Misery as well, as Misery showed his low HP self. As Demon wants to come in, but he gets blocked in by the neutral creeps, unfortunately, and doesn't make it around in time. A couple more pings. Demon unhappy about that one. But, yep, Misery makes it out.
Yep. Pretty safe.
So
and, everybody knows that they have to watch out for him now. I mean, we see Pycat being very close to his tower, not wanting to risk anything about going into the middle lane to get some farm.
Yeah, he could totally die. If it was a Void, Fear, and a Cold Feet, he could get chain stun and picked off right there.
Yeah.
Wouldn't take a whole lot right now. The only person that's not playing, that is playing aggressive is Miracle on the Sanking right here, but he's on the top, complete opposite end of the map, so it's totally fine for him to do this.
Yeah, and I believe they just saw Night Stalker on the bottom lane also, even though he just smoked up and moving towards the middle once again, with help from the Vengeful Spirit, who's a lot slower, so will be not in time to, well, unless Demon waits up for her to get a stun off to initiate. Oh, Crystal Maiden, what are you doing there? Is gonna drop here very fast, probably, as the sun goes off there too. Night Stalker picks up a second kill in the nighttime.
Nice play from him. Would have maybe liked him doing some tread switching here, because his mana's pretty low now, and he doesn't have a way to recuperate that. But they do pick off the Crystal Maiden. Probably the best person on CLG to actually die there, but Could be worse, but currently look at the map. They're just tower hugging like crazy. CLG knows that if they can lessen the deaths right now, it's going to make a big advantage. But Miracle actually is taking some damage from the Sentry Ward here, as we did see a Gale from Venomancer. There's the ulti channel for Miracle trying to pick him off the Soul Ring, and the last hit comes through. But Fear feeds a little bit of spiders, but it doesn't matter. They got the kill. Sand King gets picked off. There's a salve pop. He's up to 1,000 gold. So EG after a really good start here.
Yeah, and enabling, I mean, you said like it's a good thing to stop Nightstalker from getting kills, obviously, in the nighttime, but at the same time, they're stopping Pycat from farming. At least, if he has to stay next to his tower, that lane has been pushed pretty far towards the other tower for a long time, so he's not getting that much farm extra right now. Meantime, on the top lane, we have someone dying, never mind, Nightstalker killing off the Nature's Prophet, and Broodmother killing off the Enigma again. Nice going for EG,
Yeah.
even though Venomancer dropped.
Yeah, the Night Stalker or Demon ended up TPing in to support them as Venomancer kind of baited them into a kill, which is basically what happened. Oh, we might see Bulba, perhaps. He's got to deny that haste. He doesn't get it in time. He messes it up. He needed to kill that haste because if he started the cold feed off, all Crystal Maiden had to do is grab the haste and she would have been able to get away, which is exactly what happened. But he was a little bit too late in estimating his plan there. As Miracle is now trying to stop the top push, and Fear's going to do a little bit of creep cutting. It looks like spawning some Spiderlings here as they take out the creeps and really, really want to take this tower.
Yeah, creep wave is far away though from EG's side, so they will have to wait some time, and that will give CLG some time to maybe get some support. Doesn't look like they want to defend it. Oh, never mind.
Oh, we'll see the Sentry go down, stun on top of Sand King as well as the Void. He's going to stun through the jungle, but it doesn't matter. The spawn Spiderling comes through. Nature's Prophet's going to ulti, but it's not going to slow the wave down enough. I think they will be able to take this tower. As back on the bot lane, CLG is also pressuring bot on the Venomancer. He's trying to slow this down. He does have 3 ward levels, but he gets sprouted in, so he's in a bad spot right now. As TBA comes forward, drops down the Malefice, looking for a black hole. He does cast the black hole on B-Diz, but B-Diz still survivable. He's got 100 HP. There's the cold feet on top of Enigma, and he gets the kill. Great baiting from B-Diz so far. Pulls the Enigma in. They did not deny the tower, though. Somehow, the Radiant creeps ended up grabbing that, but very good play either way.
Yeah, and I really thought it was going to have that with the black hole and the Venomancer, but yeah, good support from the Ancient Separation being there right on time.
Yeah, he definitely got there at the right time. Ancient Empress is going to find that regen, which is a tough loss for Bulba here, as he's going to pick up some Arcane Boots. So goes for the Arcane Boots. We'll give him some nice mana regen. That'll be great for EG as well. Night Stalker over here. He's actually going for a point booster first. This makes me think he's most likely just going to straight Russian Aghanims. Looks like he might grab a wand on top of that, but I don't know. Really, really fast Aghanim Scepter on Night Stalker will give them really strong ganking in the mid game.
Yeah, and as we said at the start of the game, I mean that's kind of the time where they need to take the kill, take the win even, because Antimage, they're not going to be able to outfarm him, even though he's not getting all that much farm right now. But oh. The top lane, we have Epicenter going off. Fear in a lot of trouble will go down to the Sand King as the Malefice was there to help out as well.
So that was a Burrow Strike Epicenter. One of the reasons Sand King, or I'm sorry, yeah, one of the reasons Sand King does counter Broodmother is because he does that Burrow Strike Epicenter, and there's no stun that can come from Brood. So CLG is going to try to take the tier 1 tower top at the moment. We're going to see Nightstar, I'm sorry, this is actually Anti-Mage in the jungle as well. Look at EG. Absolutely coming in for this one with the smoke gank up. Night Stalker currently level 9. He's got 4 earned charges, so he's going to have plenty of damage in this team fight. And he's going to run right into the Enigma. He will be the first target. We'll see if the sight range is currently up. And the smoke does run away as Night Stalker almost spotting the Enigma, but they're going to be jumping in the mix. On the Miracle, there's the A ulti, lands on top of Misery. There's the Urn. Void as well on top of him. Even the Wave of Terror as he pops his ulti. Aki will see if he gets caught as well. He's now being pursued. There's the swap, and that's 2 kills. Great smoke from EG, and that's going to defend the tower, but it does get picked off by Catapult.
Yeah, great support from Vengeful Spirit, sending her Wave of Terror over the trees so that Nature's Prophet couldn't TP out because there was Vision to put a silence up on him.
And here comes Demon. There's the Fear. There's the Silence. Here comes the Cold Feet on Pycat. He's going to try to TP out, but the damage is going to be too much. He gets picked off. Anti-Mage goes down, hiding between towers. He got feared, so he couldn't blink, and after that, it was just a matter of a couple other spells and some right clicks, and nothing he could do there, other than, I guess, not stand between the tier 2 towers when there's a Night Stalker on the enemy team, but trying to be aggressive in there. Even to find Misery, he finds a invisibility, but the A ulti comes through, and another death, so EG winning 14-3 right now. And look at the gold graph. It's only 1.5k. That is crazy. I can't believe they're not winning by more.
Well, they have been ganking the whole time, and CLG is actually trying to farm rather than getting kills instead. And so far for gold it's working out, but for kills, I don't know. I mean, you deny a lot of gold towards the carries, towards the heroes from the Radiant side too. So I'm not sure if that's worth the trade-off. I would say no.
Well, they do have an EXP advantage at least, so if they can leverage that EXP advantage as a result of getting all those early kills, it could win them the game if they have a really, really strong middle of the game. If they could just keep all the rest of their towers up, if they maybe would have kept some more towers up before this, it would have been a lot better than them. But we're seeing Nature's Prophet TV, and then there's the Dust, but Fear was way gone from that one. Totally smelled something funny, and Aki as well as Podcat waste a little bit of time here.
Yeah, and smoke was up too, indeed, and I don't know, Pycats doesn't seem to have a great time with farming. I mean, of course it's an anti-mage, he will get back up on his feet straight away, but he doesn't have more farm than, for example, the Brood Mother, or well, he is more farming than the Sand King, but not more than the Night Stalker. Yeah, it's not really anti-mage right now with a high amount of farm.
Yeah, but Anti-Mage has gotten killed, so at the very least, EG has that slight advantage. Yeah, the GPM on him is 334, yeah. But Broodmother's doing much better, 418. Night Stalker also doing very well from a lot of kills. Yeah, he's 4-0-3, he's done great with 54 last hits, so I dare say Demon did a great early game. Once you get that much farm up, if you can get a Treads earned by your first nighttime, you are sitting very, very happy, and he did execute the ganks properly, so I don't know. I think EG's in a good spot right now. Like we said, their gold graph isn't obscene. It's only 2.5k advantage, but that's also partially because CLG's actually taken 2 towers instead of just the one that EG has. So,
yeah, definitely think EG is in favor right now. But yeah, they really need to well, not make it too late game, because they just don't have they can't fight a anti-mage late game.
Yeah, probably
regardless
not.
Of how much farm they get now. But so far their tactic has been working great. I mean, they got a heavy ganking.
But the rest of them are going to continue farming. Nature's Prophet is going for a Hand of Midas, but he's really far away from them. Might just be Treads, I guess. We'll see what he goes for.
Yeah, it looks like CLG actually might want to go gank the Night Stalker, as they know it's daytime. This is the time to get the Night Stalker, and they know they need to kill him because he's 4-0.
He doesn't really have a whole lot of places to farm right now, which is one nice advantage, but we have some items coming to Fear. It's going to be a Orchid rest piece. That means he's going to immediately grab the Orchid as fast as possible. He's got about 1,000 gold to go, and then he'll have that item finished, which is actually going to be an excellent choice against Anti-Mage. Another silence against him means no more blinking. Same stuff. So, a lot of pings actually on Misery. Here comes the stun. Gale as well lands. Venomancer's going to ulti this one, even if he TPs out in time. Might take too much damage. And the swap, great swap from Universe, stops the teleport as the Sand King looking for the epicenter. Does some good AoE damage and picks off the Veno as well as the Vengeful Spirit.
Yeah, that's the 2 support heroes being on low HP. And yeah, 1 epicenter will make the job done. Nice double kill for Miracle, who now has enough gold to buy his Blink Dagger. Well, almost. Now he does.
Alright, my stream ran an ad. I'm just going to make sure that things are not dead. I had to close it down.
Okay.
So many ads that make noise now. See if people are spamming. Yeah, I do not know what happened there, but it ran an ad, so it must have no, it's doing it again. The stream is restarting. Oh, this is really frustrating. Alright, I'm gonna open that up. I'm gonna reduce the audio quality coming from my PC so they won't be able to hear you for a little bit here, but I need to make sure that everything's working out.
Yeah, sure.
Just wait till the stupid ads run again. It's like, I'm not dropping any frames, but, well, we'll see a little bit of a team fight in the bot lane as a Gale comes through on Aki. Aki looks to be in a lot of trouble. A ulti as well, but it's going to actually miss just by a little bit here, but that's a mega kill now for a Night Stalker. He's going to try to TP out as the Vortex comes down. He actually does make it out. That was really close, but now Pycat a little surrounded. And I think we are good. Alright, I'll turn it back up here. The ad is over. You are allowed to talk and people will hear you and beautiful things will happen. So, sorry about that, guys. I don't know what happened, but if the stream runs ads, it's usually Twitch TV resetting or something weird like that. So, Pycat's in a lot of trouble, though, is completely behind enemy lines. He's going to TP out deep into the trees. No chance of him getting spotted here, and he makes it out, no problem at all. So at the very least, EG will be able to exert their map control here and possibly take out the tower, and it's back to daytime, so that was Night Stalker's ulti.
Yeah, daytime is almost over, though. Looks like. Well, maybe no. 10 a.m.
Yep, he has a decent amount of time here. He did use his ulti. He's about 1,000 gold away from his Aghanim Scepter, though. Which is going to be very, very nice. And there's the glyph on the tower. And that gets dropped down, so Venomancer gets the last hit. That'll be a nice gold advantage for him. Let's look at the graph in the meantime. Looking at a 2.5k advantage for the Dire team. And a little bit of pressure by Fear on the top lane, who does have his Orchid up, so if he wants to try to kill one of these guys, he totally has it in him.
Sorry, who was that Orchid up?
Broodmother on the top lane with his Orchid.
Yeah. Okay, Fear, yeah. Sorry. Yeah, well, he's gonna probably continue pushing the top lane, but if someone tries to stop him now, at least he'll be able to take him down instead.
We're seeing a little bit more warding come out of the supports. Very, very good warding. They actually missed a couple Observer wards, but he's looking for the Radiant ones. Are they on the way? That's the real question. Let's see if we have some. Yeah, we do have one ward up on the Crystal Maiden, but it did not get spotted. It's kind of in an interesting spot over here. And Miracle on the high ground. Blink Dagger is up, so we are going to see an epicenter most likely for this team fight. Here's the channel. He's going to be coming in. Going to jump in. Going to land a stun on two heroes. Doing a ton of damage to Bulba, and the Gale goes down. Ancient Apparition dropped immediately as the Entangle comes down on Night Stalker. He pops the dust. Does one earn as he runs away. He might survive. No, does get picked off. Black Hole wasted by TBA as Beatus is now pursued. He's going to go look for the TP, but Pycat walks around, pops the ulti, and that's it for Venomancer. He gets picked off.
Yeah, and the only one left alive for EG is Broodmother on the top lane, where the tier 2 tower is probably going to drop. But he's looking to go. He's probably going to back up as soon as he's safe. Even though, never mind, CLG is continuing pushing. Took down the tower. Maybe they want to go for the tier 2 tower, but so far, Fear is still pretty safe.
Yeah, this is the best thing Fear can do right now. This is a huge teamfight loss for EG. All they need was that perfect epicenter on the squishy EG heroes, and it puts them in a really bad spot. As the A ulti comes in, it's actually going to miss everybody there. A little bit of misuse, looking for maybe a support hero or something like that, but they will back off. At the very least, Fear did grab a tower in the meantime, but losing 4 heroes like that's surely going to, yeah, look at the EXP graph. They had a large advantage, but as soon as they lost a team fight, it just jumps right back into the Radiant's hands.
Yeah, and for now, Fear is going to wait until there is another push in, or maybe another fight for EG where he's not present, so he can maybe push in and maybe take a tier 3 tower. The split push is going to be continuing to be annoying for CLG.
Yeah, and they're constantly going to have to worry about it too. Broodmother can always just go for it if he so wishes. Miracle's going to blink forward and blink forward and actually do a Sandstorm here. Doing a little bit of creep damage. He actually does have a Helm of Iron Will up, so that means he's going for a Veil afterwards. That'll be used to do some nice AoE magic burst, as Anti-Mage is going to pressure for it. He does have a Dust, but Fear has not shown himself. He's got really great net coverage. And he's going to pop his ulti. He's going to go on Miracle, actually. He's going to do some damage here. I don't think he's going to be able to kill him, though. Dust is popped, as now Fear has to run away from this one. Nature's Prophet, great juke by Broodmother, stopping the TP for just a second as the Burrow Strike comes through. Now the Sprout on Fear. He does have a net, though. Net gets cast at the epicenter as well. The Anti-Mage ulti picks off the kill. And Fear overestimating his kill potential against the Sanking. This Helm of Iron Will making a big difference. That extra 5 armor really reduced the amount of damage that Bulba was doing. Or that Fear was doing.
Yeah, definitely, and that's what CLG needs to do. They need to kill Fear in order to keep check on the lane. If they just chase him away, he'll come back. So killing him is the only way to get rid of him. And maybe push down the top lane instead now of a middle or a bottom lane, just to make sure that there's not going to be a Broodmother pushing in there.
Yep, very, very important. Demon is now just about nighttime. He does have his Aghanim Scepter up, so here it is. Map packs going on for the ganking, so they're probably going to clear out this Creep Wave universe now, level 8 with a Medallion of Courage. He's actually got his aura maxed out, very interesting, but once again, they don't have a hard carry, so they definitely need as much damage as possible right now, and they're going to try to take the Roshan out while CLG pushes top lane.
I'm not sure if that's going to be a good trade for them, as Roshan is doing quite a little bit of damage. They need to be going back to base after this probably, as they won't have the HP or mana to take a team fight. They need everything for the Roshan, and they will lose the tier 2 tower for it.
Roshan has
At least one.
fallen to the down.
Yep.
Oh, their HP and mana is actually quite
Tower
fine.
has fallen.
So never mind that. They could take a fight right now. Sorry for the sounds.
It's okay. Anti-Mage does make it out, though. He gets the last hit on the tower, which is great for them, but I think EG is going to do a lot of pushing right now. Unfortunately for Broodmother, he's not quite at his BKB. He's going to buy the recipe now, 1600 away from that, as Nightstalker picks up a gem, so they basically need to push right now, otherwise things are about to get ridiculous. If they can push before Anti-Mage has his Manta style, they'll still have an advantage over him because they can silence him and he can't just Manta split. This is their timing window. They have to push now before he gets that Manta style. Once he grabs the Manta, it's going to be really, really hard to win. So they have to really, really leverage their mid-game items that they've grabbed to try to take a huge advantage right now.
Yeah, and if they're lucky, they're gonna be fighting versus 4 when Anti-Mage is still fighting in the jungle, so they don't have to deal with the Anti-Mage yet, but they really have to, like I said, they have to take it now and have to force it now too.
Mm-hmm.
Anti-Mage does have the TP, of course, so he can be there pretty fast as soon as he's needed.
Now we're going to see Demon back up just a little bit here, as Bulba's also in position. Mech with the Arcane Boots, great Ancient Apparition item. And still waiting for the tier 1 pressure. Demon is just absolutely sitting back. He's got vision of pretty much everybody on CLG. And one of the nice, really other cool things that we're gonna get out of this Aghanim Scepter is they're gonna know exactly where the Sand King is while they're pushing. Doesn't matter if he's up hills or whatever, they're gonna be able to come forward and they're gonna see him through trees right before he ulties. And if they can do damage to him as he's trying to do his epicenter, it'll completely prevent it. And that's gonna be very, very important because epicenter will win team fights.
Yeah. 100% sure. And it looks like they're trying to find an opening on to gank someone to make sure that the fight is gonna be 4 versus 5, but so far not really succeeding in that, with Misery just standing there in the force being very careful. Now is actually channeling away to go towards the base.
We will see the Ancient Apparition ulti to slow down the bot push a little bit. He's got a Force Staff up now, so his positioning will be better. And if you look at the gold graph, it's going a little bit better in the Dire team's favor because the Radiant has to worry about that Night Stalker gank. And if you look at their positioning, Enigma's not doing anything but just covering Anti-Mage's general area right now, as they are going to find Aki here under the tier 2 tower, and the right click coming through as he is going to get picked off. Last hit from Bulba, and might transition towards the top lane to try to pick off a kill there.
Yeah, even though Crystal Maiden not there for a team fight is not that big of a deal. So they will probably try to get someone else before forcing a push in. But CLG is being so careful. They're just standing there, basically waiting until nighttime is over.
And that's what they need to do. They have to stay away from Night Stalker pretty much. They're playing it so safely. And Pycat now with a Yasha recipe, so let's do some mental math here. He is approximately 1,500 gold away, plus, so yeah, about 2k gold away from his Manta style. And he's at 400 right now, so ticking time clock, time bomb, time clock, whatever. It's all the same. As we see a TP actually from Misery, Universe almost spotting him out. Does do a ping, and they are going to jump on him. I think there's the Wave of Terror. He's thinking about it, but look at all the rest of CLG. They're totally in position for this one. Blink Dagger on Sand King is ready. Aki also around with decent stats and levels. And EG just looking for an opportunity, but so far CLG hasn't made any major mistakes the last minute or two.
Invisibility.
Invisibility on Night Stalker might make a difference to that though. Element of surprise, and there's no ward to pick up that invisibility rune. And there are no gems up on the Radiant either, if I'm correct. And Night Stalker with so much vision and invisibility, they know exactly where everybody is. So powerful, and now they must know. There we go.
Yeah, it was a great play by Demon there. He ended up blocking. He stepped in front of the Enigma and it was creep blocking him, and all of a sudden Enigma goes, oh man, I can't move. Something's happening, and then he initiates, trying to get everyone caught up as we see a Venom ulti on the bot lane on Pycat. That's a silence and a bunch of damage, and they pick off the Anti-Mage, delaying his Manta style. So important, and now they will be able to take this tier 2 and possibly threaten Arax right now with their Vengeance aura and tons of pushing power.
Yeah, and with Enigma's BKB on cooldown, which he did use as Belva tried to do a little bit of damage on him, that will be a major difference because there will be no black hole that can't be swapped. Or swapped. Yeah, swapped. There it is. It's just weird.
Yep. The swap does go through the BKB either way, but preventing the stuns and all
true.
that other good stuff is totally valuable. So,
Yeah.
Fear now hitting the tower. He's going to pop his ulti as well, getting plus 100. As we see a glyph from the Radiant team, they need to defend this now if they want to not take a huge disadvantage right now. But the tier 3 tower is taking a bunch of hits as it's about to go down here. Fear's going to initiate, though, going in on Misery, popping his BKB up as they put the silence and the fear on, and Misery almost going to die. No, the Orchid is going to get the final kill here as they're now hitting the racks. Bunch of range damage, tons of spiders, plague wards as well. It looks like the Rax is going to go down. Anti-Mage is alive, but it doesn't matter. EG is going to be able to take a Rax advantage this game.
Yeah, Aged Operation also forcing everybody of CLG a little bit more back. I wonder if EG is going to try to do more because, well, they got the barracks. They're going to go for last tier 2 tower on the map for them, it seems, with the blink off. Might be a good start because the creep wave is almost there to help out. But yeah, that's exactly what they needed to do. Kill off the anti-mage, push in, take barracks back out.
Yep. And I'm sure the Orchid playing a very, very important part of that. Orchid making a big difference. Even Venomancer casting everything that he had, but it was totally worth it. They killed the anti-mage, their push is going to be successful. He only had 3 levels of spell shield, which is might as well be 4 levels. Only 8% difference here, but still doesn't have his Manta style, so still has to worry about those silences.
Yeah.
I dare say EGO almost wants to keep pushing here. I mean, they have a 1 Rax advantage. I guess they could back off and farm the map a little bit, but they still have nighttime. And they have an
and
Aegis.
they have then the same problem as earlier. I mean, they should keep pushing because Anti-Mage is continuing farming again and he's getting closer to that meta style and he will be harder to kill off as soon as he has that. But they will need to regroup first and of course find an opening to kill off the Anti-Mage hopefully once again. Or maybe the Stand King would have the same effects right now before the meta style is completed.
Yeah, either one of those would actually be really effective here, if they can stop the push. Well, who's got buyback gold? Actually, we see the Veil purchase from Sand King, so he's definitely not going to have the buyback gold there. But EG is going to back off and farm, so they're not going to go for the push right now, I guess.
Oh, Yasha completed on the Anti-Mage, and he does not have gold for buyback either, but yeah, not surprising.
He's very close to that Manta style, though, so 500 gold away, and he's going to have the item. Fear is actually on the top lane. His BKB is finished. He did use that in the last team fight. Very effectively helped him pick off the Nature's Prophet without any repercussions. But they're still farming the map. They are all spread out. They have pretty decent map control. I like their warding as well. This one covering the jungle. And they're going for a gank on Pycat, actually. Here comes the Orc, any chance, but he's going to blink away just in time. He had that haste rune anyway, so ulti was showing up, but he stayed. He left just in time there. And a Skull Basher as well from Broodmother. I really like this choice here. Giving them some early stun. Once again, they know that if it goes late, they lose anyway, so there's no point for Broodmother grabbing really, really late game items like a Butterfly or something like that. They need to spend all of their money right now and try to take a second Rax. Once they have the second Rax, then they can be more concerned about the late game because then they have such a tactical advantage that it won't matter that much.
Yeah, Anti-Mage finishing his meta style right now, so that will mean a huge difference if he doesn't get picked off earlier for a team fight.
And Crystal Maiden going to stop the mid push a little bit as Pycat coming forward. He's got it, so Manta style finished. Any silences he will be able to remove. Luckily for EG, they do have 2 though. They're going to have Crippling Fear and that Orchid. And we're going to see an Ultimate Orb picked up by Ancient Apparition, so probably going to be a Sheepstick up next. And it's actually almost daytime. Not a whole lot of time left here for EG. They kind of wasted a lot of their really precious nighttime doing a little bit of farming here. Tier 2 damage, taking a lot of Tier 2 tower taking a lot of damage though, as EG is going to be able to take that off. Miracle actually goes in, pops the Veil, big damage on Beatus. Beatus drops. EG's Demon as well goes down as we see the Manta split from Pycat, the Bash from Fear, and the A ulti on top of Miracle. Miracle goes down, but he's already done his job. Tower gets destroyed by Venomancer. And Fear trying to pick off some more kills. It's doing a ton of damage as the BKB is popped from Enigma. That keeps him alive. And might see EG back up as the swap goes down. Enigma trying to pick off that kill. They do drop him down. But Universe taking a ton of tower damage. Force staff forward. Anti-Mage almost ulting that one, but it doesn't do enough. And the Black Hole comes in. Only catches Fear, but Fear is going to pay for this one. Great right-clicking from CLG, and that is going to win them the team fight. Picking off 4 heroes. No buybacks quite yet as we see the Cold Feet on top of Misery. Bulba may just run away from this one, and it looks like Demon also dropped with a Gem of True Sight on the ground, and EG losing a big fight there as we see the great Epicenter from Miracle making the difference.
Yeah, I was kind of a bit lost. I mean, they should have seen that coming with Night Stalker's Agonist. It looks like Fear is in a lot of trouble again. And blinks in and gets it in together with the Ancient Apparition. Gets a kill on that one once Broodmother kills off the Nature's Prophet. Pycat's on the run back. And we'll be able, yeah, we'll be safe. But how many kills did Anti-Mage get from that? I think at least 2, maybe 3?
He's currently up to 5, 2, and 2, so he definitely got a couple. Even gonna right-click some spiders on Aki as we see the Malefice on Fear. There is the BKB popped as well. We see a Gale on Misery as well, but the Sprout's gonna miss just a little bit as he drops the net immediately. Great escape from Fear, but that was looking really scary for a second because they did give him that gem, so he doesn't have the benefit of being invisible all the time anymore.
Nope, and there will be a fight for Roshan as both teams know that he's out there. And I do think CLG will be able to take this because they will have the team fight over EG, 100% sure.
And we do see Demon pick up another Gem of True Sight, and now we see that DD Anti-Mage. Alright, it does run out, and actually we're going to see CLG back up all the way, so they are apparently not willing to go in on this one. Ancient Apparition ulti doing a little bit of... Nope, not... Oh, actually it does land a Miracle, nice shot. Well, it looks like Roshan is taking a ton of damage with Spiderlings up as well as the Plague Wards, and EG is going to have control of the Aegis again, so they are going to have another chance of pushing in.
Yeah, I'm quite surprised that CLG let them have that. Maybe they want EG to push in so that they can take the team fights where they want to, right outside their base. Maybe, but I don't know. They had an epicenter ready again. They had the Anti-Mage with his math style. I think they could have defended Roshan and maybe taken it too.
But either way, it would have been close. I think I would agree that I think they have a slight advantage right now in teamfight. The gold advantage is not there, but they have very strong heroes, and their core hero, which is of course Anti-Mage, as well as the Sanking, those two heroes together are definitely ready to go. But if they can stop the Sanking from ulting, that is going to make all the difference. So we're going to see the pipe get popped to keep all the creeps up. I love that pipe pop to stop the Nature's Prophet ulti as we see another Frost Nova actually putting a lot of the creep wave past, but are going to be able to right-click on the Tier 3 towers. Pycat's doing a little bit of clearing. Midnight Pulse as well, being popped down as Fear pops his ulti here. So they will be able to take out the Tier 3 in just a second, and it goes down, so Rax will be following shortly as we see the Wave of Terror. They're going to wait for the next creep wave, I think, as they push in.
Yeah, and Misery actually TPing down after the Tier 3 tower already went down. A bit late, but he is there for the defense of the Rax. That's all that matters.
Was he on the top lane pushing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he was.
So EG is going to back off, content with their slight advantage that they just gained, and that is definitely a nice little advantage. It's going to drop down just a slight amount on the gold graph. And on the other benefit is now they have two waves that if are not defended by a hero, that will eventually push them down, totally. It's not just an easy back and forth with the towers. So the map control right now, as a result of having that Rax advantage, is very, very high for EG, but they still have to worry about this Anti-Mage. He's got a Vitality booster up. He's pretty far away from another major item now, because his next choice would probably be something like Heart, but at the very least, they've got to be content with what they've done so far.
Yeah, it looks like CLG wants to push down this middle lane and take a Tier 3 tower, or Tier 2 tower still up even, for themselves. They can do that. They have Epicenter, they have Black Hole, they have everything up. Anti-Mage is there to help out, even though he's a little bit far away, but a couple blinks and he's back. They're gonna back off.
Ooh. He finds a double damage though, so he's going to be hitting for extreme amounts of damage, about 300. But the rest of EG also showing up. So any new items, I think Demon has his BKB finished. Yes, he does. So we're going to have a BKB up on Night Stalker. We check the other items. Venomancer has that pipe still with Arcane Boots and a Bracer. Very good stuff. Fear with that Basher up to 2k gold. No Abyssal Blade in sight quite yet. And Vengeful Spirit, Point Booster. And finally, Bulba is up to a Ultimate Orb and 1900 gold. And for the Radiant team, anything else new that we're missing? Crystal Maiden, just tanky stuff. Sanking, nothing new since that Veil. BKB, Gem of True Sight still an Enigma, but he does have a Blink Dagger. That's the important part. Blink Dagger is maybe what he should have gone before BKB, but kind of hard to say.
Yeah, it will be useful. They have two initiating Blink Daggers now on CLG. And they will want to take the team fight outside of their base. There we go. Venomancer being the first one to go down. Steel pops his Venom before he goes down. Did what he came to do. Silence up on the Sand King. Sand King is going to go down here, but even he has already done his ultimate as Enigma is being chased down by Demon. Will drop as Broodmother kills off the Nature's Prophet. And it's a double kill for Night Stalker as he does kill off the Enigma. And yeah, there we go. Aka's still dying too. Of course, only Anti-Mage is left alive. And where is he actually? He's in the base. That will mean melee barracks for EG.
That was a huge teamfight win for EG. Picking off that Sanking there, they didn't even get him. He didn't even get the epicenter off. I think he tried to cast it there, but it got interrupted or something. They shut him down, picked him off. A great ulti from Bulba as well on the running Sanking. Popped the A blast down, and I think that is going to just about be Mega Creeps, because the mid barracks is down melee. They might back off after this. We'll see. They still have 4 heroes dead, and I think we're going to see Mega Creeps out of EG pulling out this really, really early game advantage, and that is going to be it. So Mega Creeps are done. I don't even think Anti-Mage can outcarry this as he blinks away, and EG has got to feel good about this one.
Yeah, and I do think that team fight, that was really a screw up from CLG. I mean,
Yeah.
the epicenter was cast from Sand King, but only hit on the Venomancer, who still got off his Veil, and then, his Nova, and then both died. But they weren't grouped up enough for that to take that team fight, and I don't know.
And Enigma failed his black hole totally. He was trying to blink in, but something was disabling his blink dagger. He popped his BKB and then he walked in, and it just wasn't the right initiation that CLG was looking for. So because they lost that team fight, it didn't go their way. All of a sudden the Mega Creeps happen. And, I mean, they're still going to fight it. They haven't called GG yet, but the BKBs, and there's the Abyssal Blade used, shutting Enigma down. The Gem of True Sight is dead again. And that is pretty much going to be it as they pressure forward on Aki. Doing some damage, looking for a bash here. Not quite yet. Frostbite. Spawn Spiderlings being used, but Aki ends up surviving. So you see a Burst Strike and a Blink out on the Sanking. They can just keep him in the base at this time. And 7 seconds left on the Darkness as Demon being a little pursued here. Silence on Anti-Mage, but he's going to trade some hits and will respawn shortly.
Yeah, Anti-Mage actually picking up a BKB just because he could. Gonna try a one-on-one on the Night Stalker, but it's actually 2-on-2, and Anti-Mage will drop there with the help of Vengeful Spirit. Epicenter going through. Sanka will pick up the Vengeful Spirit as Night Stalker and Crystal Main kill each other. Was that Night Stalker Crystal Main? Buybacks anyway.
Supports fighting supports. Crystal Maiden ulti going down on B-Diz as he's trying to finish off. Great stun from Miracle catching 2 heroes, but Crystal Maiden falls anyways. And now a little bit more slow pursuing him to the end. There's the Abyssal Blade being used once again. Such a great Broodmother item as the Black Hole finally goes down to 3 heroes. Sanking going to try to get a follow-up stun on a couple of heroes. He misses the Burrow Strike though as we see the Veil on B-Diz. Another Cold Snap, and that is a good game. EG takes the win. CLG's team fight was just not enough to hold off the team fights. That's it.
It is it. And I have to say, EG's strategy definitely worked. It was what they wanted to go for, 38 minutes. If we go by AC's late game, early game, mid game strategy, it's 2 minutes before late game would have set in. So they finished it in early game, a mid game, sorry. Yeah. Very good strategy.
And that's totally what they aim for. The Aghanim Scepter up on the Night Stalker. They want a Broodmother to grab the fast Orchid, grab early items. Don't worry about the Butterfly or anything like that. Vengeful Spirit maxed out Aura first, so they had as much damage as possible in the early game. Just ignored his stun until a little bit later. Well, at least maxing it out. And same thing with the other heroes as well. Venomancer picking up actually a Veil and a Pipe. Very cool items up on B-Diz. So that's it, guys. EG takes the win against CLG in the Star Series. This is the last game of the day. I'm going to end up doing some pub recordings probably right now if you guys want to stay tuned. But other than that, if you guys look for more procasts, we are done for the day. But I'm sure there's going to be more stuff coming up later in the week, probably tomorrow and the day after. So thanks for tuning in. We appreciate it. If you, Shiva, any shout-outs for yourself?
No, thank you for having me co-cast.
Nothing?
Really enjoying. Nothing.
Alright, well, if you guys want to see more from me, go follow me on Facebook or Twitter at Purge Gamers. My YouTube channel is well at the same URL, and go check out my website, purgegamers.com. And of course, go check out ghostofgamers.net, guys. We are both Ghost Gamers casters, and we'll be here all the time, pretty much, because that's what we do.
Yeah.
Just cast all day, so.
If the internet doesn't interrupt.
Yes, exactly. So, thanks for tuning in, guys. I'll be back in just a bit. Thanks for tuning in.
Later.